2014 Buick Enclave. Let's do an oil change. Try to make this as quick and concise as I can. Number one, you got the hood popped open. The oil filter, literally right there. So don't do this when it's hot. It's that little white thing right there. Grab that baby, turn them off. You should be able to turn them off by hand if you use a rag. If not, you can thank your local oil change place for putting it on too tight. It doesn't need to be that tight. I've got this wrench. Ta-da! This guy works great. I already grabbed a hold of it and made sure I could turn it. But just get them on there. I don't need to see, but I wanted you to be able to see. Anyway, once you get it broke loose, then you can just spin it out by hand. And she is going to leak a little oil, but shouldn't do much. This one's on the side, not on the bottom like other oil filters. Your new oil filter, Wix 10255. Rub a little oil on that seal. Doesn't even have to be fresh oil, just something so it'll go on there. That's all I did, is I used a little bit off the old oil filter. Not a big deal. Alright, let's get her back down in there. You're not going to be able to see what you're doing. You just kind of have to feel your way. Put her on there. I don't even know how I ended up with this other filter. Did I have someone else do my oil change last time? Yeah, that's a Valvoline filter. So that was Valvoline that did it the last time. I must have been in a hurry or on a trip. So... Alright, let's see if we can get this in there. Again, you really can't see what you're doing. Normally, most oil filters, you want to fill them half full before you put them up there. But when they're on their side like this, that's really not practical. So, spin your filter on. That makes sense why that was so tight then. That was Valvoline. They're really the only ones that I trust to do my oil when I do take it in. Alright, no need to use a wrench to tighten this. Just make sure you got it up and snug. And I usually use a towel or a rag to make sure my hand isn't slipping. And that's all the tighter it needs to go. That's it. Alright, hand tight's plenty good. I don't write my name, the date or anything on the filter. This vehicle has a oil change reminder, so we're good to go on that. It gets driven enough that I don't have to do it yearly without enough miles. So let's go ahead and get the oil drained out of this, and then we'll be all set on our oil change. Alright, so I jacked it up far enough that I can get under here and show you with the camera. You could technically do it without a jack, but it'd be pretty tough. The ground effects on the front are kind of low. Anyway, drain plug is right there. They actually put a hole in the frame thing here, this bottom plate, so the oil drains out. Alright, well, for some reason I can't find my standard 15. This will work. Let's not go tight. Let's go loose. The other bad thing about having a place work on your stuff is they tighten stuff way too tight. Not only the oil filter, but this bolt. Like, really? It doesn't have to be that tight, guys. Gosh darn it. Does not have to be that tight. Holy cow. So we'll have to check that gasket on there. It's like a crush washer. We'll have to check that to see if that's any good now, because they love to over torque them things. Okay, spin this out now. Yep. And try not to get too soaked with oil while I'm doing this. And come on. There. Someone must have drove it this morning. It's pretty warm. Wasn't so hot that it was hot, but definitely not room temperature. This washer on here is actually a rubberized gasket. I did not know that. Guess I never really paid much attention to it. But she's in good shape. So we'll put her right back in as soon as we're done draining the oil. So I guess I can probably show you here, but these a lot of times these bolts will have a washer on the bottom. Check it, make sure it's in good condition. This one's in fine shape. But if she's cracked, or if it's a metal one and she's crushed and got a bunch of like nicks out of it, replace it. They sell crush washers of multiple sizes, different places. You can always go into a parts store and actually get a whole new drain plug. These have got also, these should be magnetic, so look for debris on the end. It's absolutely nothing on this. This engine has been so good to me. 200 and some thousand miles. I try to do the oil changes every 5,000. The oil change reminder goes off at 3,000. If I'm doing a lot of highway, sometimes I'll reset it to go 6 in between. But usually when it does 3 and it's mostly in-town driving, I go ahead and try to get to it right away. And that's all there is to changing your oil. Now you just got to put enough back in, some 5W30, and we'll be all set. Guy back in there. Again, you really don't need to jack this thing up, but you kind of do just to have room. Otherwise, it's really a pain under here to get to this. I mean, it's there. That's all the tighter you got to go. Don't have to go gorilla on that thing. All right. Don't do the mistake I did last time, and I didn't take the oil pan out from under here, and I drug it halfway across the garage. All right, I'll be back. All right, 5W30. There we go. Oh, this funnel doesn't fit in here. There we go, good enough. Put whatever your favorite brand of oil is in, and look up how much oil yours takes. Your vehicle's different. This one, I know it's going to take at least 5 quarts. Remember, I got the drain plug and the filter back in. About a 5-quart jug. So I know she's going to take at least that. Benzoyl high mileage is what I try to use. Full synthetic. Pretty much use that in all my vehicles. I drive a lot. Alright, so the oil dipstick is right next to this here. Put him in. That oil should drain down pretty quick. Be sure you put the stick in all the way when you check it. And it's not on the stick yet. So 5 quarts is not enough. Let me go look it up how much it actually is real quick. Alright, so 6 quarts plus the filter. And that's a little bit bigger filter than before. So I don't know if you know, on these, if you buy these big jugs, they're kind of clear on the end. You can tell how many quarts you used. So right now it's at the full mark for 5 quarts. And I'm going to pour another 2 quarts in here because it's 6 quarts plus filter. If you're a little over, it's not going to hurt on a passenger vehicle. Dipstick is right here. Right here on the front of the engine. right there, that bright yellow thing. So make sure you push them in all the way so you get an accurate reading. And pull them out. And it's hard to tell with clear, brand new, fresh oil. So, yeah, so the oil is all the way to the top of that plug now. It's all wet. Really hard to see on camera. Heck, it's hard to see in person. So, and then we'll start it up. We'll run it for a couple minutes. We'll check the oil level again and make sure it's still good. And then the oil should be just a little bit darker because it doesn't get everything out of there. It will be easier to read on the stick too. Should get oil pressure right away. No lights, just telling me I need to put my seatbelt on. Hood's open. Yeah, I don't care. Change engine oil soon. Okay, so if you go down to your information center down here, click this. It'll roll through the things. Oh, I went past it. But it'll say 0%. Just hold this check mark. Boom. You have to hold about 5 seconds or so, maybe almost 10. There we go. Go back to information. Yeah, tires, decent. There we go. Nothing to it. Now I can go back to road. There's our mileage. 203,000 miles on this baby. She's running good. Okay, turn her off now. Now that she ran for like a minute, let's check that oil level. Pull it out, wipe it off. So you get a nice fresh reading. Put it back in. Again, make sure that dipstick goes all the way to the bottom. Especially when you're done, you don't want any oil blowing out through there. There we go. A little more like it. I actually ended up putting 8 quarts in it. Well, I don't think that was as quick of a oil change video as I'd like, but gives you the idea. Not much to it. Just be sure you put the plug and the oil filter on there decent so she doesn't leak. Doesn't hurt to check under the vehicle when you're done. And there we go. Thanks everybody for watching. Have a great day. See you in the next video.